Hi everyone, Erica here. We just got back from Japan and we went to Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea and it was incredible. I wanted to make a guide for you so you could spend most of your time and energy enjoying Tokyo Disney instead of floundering around like flounder. I'm going to be breaking this video down into a few different categories, so be sure to watch until the very end because you might be able to save yourself some time and money. I'll also tell you if I prefer Tokyo Disneyland or DisneySea if I had to pick only one. Okay, let's start with Tokyo DisneySea. There is nothing in the world like Tokyo DisneySea. It's super clever. They have 8 different ports. So you have the first port, which is the Mediterranean Harbor, which is a romantic southern European port town. It's really pretty with its architecture and the waterways. Then there's the American waterfront, which has the harbor of New York and Cape Cod. It really does look like America. However, as an American, I could totally tell that it's not America because it was so clean. The floor is clean. What's like I was in this place that had burgers and there was no grease or French fries on the floor. So I'm like, not America, but almost. Then there's Port Discovery, which is more futuristic. You can find Nemo there as well. Then there's the Lost River Delta, which is more of the ancient civilization in the Central American jungles. Then there's the Arabian coast, which is super gorgeous and has more the exotic vibe. Then there's Mermaid Lagoon, which has Ariel and everything under the sea. And then there's the Mysterious Island, which is based off of Captain Nemo's secret base in a volcano. And then there's the newest land, which is called Fantasy Springs, and this has Rapunzel, Peter Pan, Tangled, and Frozen. We missed the grand opening for Fantasy Springs. However, my friend, she works for Disney and she was able to get early access and she went to Fantasy Springs and she said it's super cute and it's really, really good. Also, we got to see a midday show called Fantasy Springs Special Greeting and it was so good, so good. I don't know what happened, but I literally just started crying. I think I was like the only one crying because no one else was crying, but it was so good. So if a show can make me cry, then I feel like the Fantasy Springs line is gonna be so good. And then breaking down Tokyo Disneyland, there's World Bazaar, the early 20th century American town center. There's Adventureland, Westernland, which is kind of like America's Wild Wild West. There's Critter Country, Fantasyland, where Cinderella, Pinocchio, and my favorite, Beauty and the Beast. And then there's Toontown and Tomorrowland. A lot of the lands are pretty similar to Disneyland in California, but they do have their own twist, and of course, everything's in Japanese. Alright, let's move on to purchasing tickets. There's a few ways you can purchase your Tokyo Disney tickets. It's not like Disneyland or Disney California Adventure where you can just get a park hopper ticket and go back and forth. So if you wanted to go to both parks, you're gonna have to buy a ticket for Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo DisneySea. But Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea tickets are a lot cheaper than in the United States. Tokyo Disney's anywhere from like $50 to $70 USD for a ticket, where Disneyland and Disney California Adventure is like $150 to $200 just for one park, not even for the park hopper. Regarding Tokyo Disney tickets, you can't buy them at the booths anymore, so you're gonna have to buy them ahead of time. Also, you wanna make sure you book your tickets in advance because it is very common for the tickets to sell out. Usually the tickets are available to purchase 2 months in advance. You can buy the tickets through the official Disney Resort website, the Disney Resort app, or if you're staying at a Disney hotel, you can also get your ticket with your Disney hotel reservation. I got my tickets a super easy way, and it was through Klook, who is a sponsor of this video. If you don't know what Klook is, it's an activity-based app for traveling. I use Klook every time I go to Japan because it's in English and it's super easy. Literally, I buy most of my Japan funtivities through Klook. I get my Shinkansen tickets through Klook, my Meepig tickets, my Shibuya Sky tickets, Team Lab Planets, and Team Lab Borderless. I also love that all my QR codes are in one place, but my favorite thing about Klook is that I don't get charged international transaction fees. Booking through Klook is super easy. You can buy your tickets on a computer, but I prefer to use the app. Let me show you how to purchase your Tokyo Disney tickets. First, download the Klook app. Then, create an account. Also, you can pick your own currency and language in the settings. Search for Tokyo Disney. You can then look up the dates and prices here. Purchase your ticket, and find the instructions and QR code in your bookings. Once you get to the Tokyo Disney entrance, you can then just scan the QR code and walk right in. Also, look at all these happy campers that booked through Klook. That says 2 million right there. That's pretty gnarly. Click the link in the video description to start your Japlanning. I also have a code for you if you want more savings. Thank you so much, Klook, for sponsoring me, and now let's talk about how to get to Tokyo Disney. If this is your first time in Japan, public transportation is amazing, but it can get kind of confusing. There's a slight learning curve to mastering the trains, but once you got it, you got it. Also, if you're wanting to learn a little more on how to ride the subway in Tokyo, take a look at my subway video, which will be in the description. It's gonna look like this. access. It covers tickets and passes and all the helpful details, including IC cards. If you are going to be taking the train, you will want to make your way towards the Maihama station. If you are coming from Tokyo Station, get on the Keio line and you're going to get off at the Maihama station. Tap your IC card and then walk towards the Disney Resort line. Tap your IC card to get in and then go upstairs and get onto the Disney Resort line. If you don't have an IC card to pay for the trains, then you can buy solo paper tickets at the booth. But I highly suggest getting an IC card because it's going to make it so much easier to move around Tokyo and you won't have to stand in lines like this one. The Disney Resort line goes in a loop and it's super cute. Look at the attention to detail. It's so cute. If you are staying in one of the Disney hotels, you can access the hotels through the Disney Resort line as well. Pay attention to the stops here and get off at the park that you want. Let me give you another option to getting into Tokyo Disney. So if you're staying in Shinjuku, you can also book a Tokyo Disney shuttle bus for about $10 a person through Klook. Looks like 20,000 people have used this option. You see why I like Klook? So convenient and so easy. For the park hours, the park opens from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. A lot of people line up an hour before the park opens, but in general, I hear the line goes pretty fast. We were coming from Kyoto, so we took a bullet train at 6 something in the morning, and we arrived around 9:30, and the line was not long at all. We waited maybe about 2 minutes, and this was also during Golden Week. We just scanned the QR code from the Klook tickets and it was super fast. For departing, if you don't have an IC card, just be sure to buy your Disney Resort line paper ticket, the return ticket, whenever you can, because at the end of the day, there's usually a long line to buy the tickets at the kiosk, and I would say the people buying the tickets can take a long time because the machines can be confusing sometimes. When you are waiting for the train to go home and you're trying to get back to the Maihama station, it may seem like there's so many people it's going to take forever. Honestly, the transportation is so good and they can fit so many people in those trains that maybe at the most you'll have to wait for one train's worth. So don't even worry. In the meantime, just go get something from the vending machine. Vending machines in Japan are the best, as well as konbinis. Konbinis are the best. Also, if you're new to Japan and are looking for more helpful tips or more ideas on what to do, take a look in the description below where you can find my Japan guides and itineraries. It will include all my Japan trips as well as my personalized Google Maps so you can find everything you need to all in one place. Let's talk about navigating the app. Before you even get to Tokyo, you gotta get the Tokyo Disney Resort app, okay? It's super awesome. Look how cool that is. This app is your lifeline. You could look up wait times, you could look up food places, you could look up how long the line is for popcorn. Popcorn's a big thing in Tokyo Disney. I also just love exploring the map as well, but look, wait times, awesome. You could book shows, you could book restaurants, you could do mobile orders, you can link party members, which also makes getting the fast passes or Disney Premier Access passes easy to get. I'll talk more about the Disney Premier Access as well as the 40th Anniversary Priority Pass a little bit later in the video. Once you download the app, you can scan your ticket. If you bought your ticket through Klook, just go to your Klook app, go to the bookings and view voucher. And then what I just did is I just screenshotted the QR code and I texted it to my husband so I can scan the picture of the QR code with my phone. Or if you want, you can scan it from a computer. Also, if you like what you see so far, I would super love it if you would click that subscribe button and also smash the like button. Here at Build Your Moxie, I cover a lot of traveling, a lot of Japan, as well as self-improvement and personal finance. Let's move on to Tokyo Disney merch. Now, if you're a Disneyland lover, especially if you're from California, then you know how important merch is. It's all about the sweaters and the ears, like all the cool things, right? If you need some Disney ears, trust me, get them at Tokyo Disney, because here in California, ears are about $30 USD. When you get them in Japan, mine was $10.92 USD. That's crazy. That's like 60 something percent off. That's like 70, almost 70% off. The selection of ears are so good. Also, Duffy is a really big thing in Tokyo Disney. I have my Duffy ears here and they are just so cute. Also, Donald Duck is really big in Tokyo as well. Moving on to Tokyo Disney clothing. Yeah, if you're wanting some good Tokyo Disney clothing, no, you're not gonna get that. I would say the selection was incredibly underwhelming, which was really surprising. But I did get this short sleeve sweater thing, and I really liked it. I thought it was really cute. But yeah, if you're cold, just make sure you're bringing yourself a sweater. My sweatshirt was about $25 USD, which I think is a pretty good price. Also, when it comes to merch, popcorn buckets are a big thing, like really big. My friends, they got a Rapunzel bucket and it lights up. It's super cool. There's so many different kind of popcorn buckets if you go all over the park. Definitely grab a popcorn bucket because it's just just really big here. But one of my favorite souvenir items is the popcorn tongs. I didn't get a popcorn bucket because I wanted to buy a lot of souvenirs, which basically means get a bunch of Japanese skincare. So I was able to bring some tongs home, and oh my gosh, they're just so cool. Also, you don't have to worry about washing your hands or, getting germs in your mouth because this tongs comes in a nice little case, and it's just so cute. Don't try to eat fast using the popcorn tongs because then popcorn just flies everywhere. Also, make sure you're picking up your trash. You should not be throwing trash anywhere, but there are a lot of trash cans at Tokyo Disney. Moving on to food. It's Japan. Of course the food is gonna be so good, and the food is not that expensive either. I heard from others that Tokyo DisneySea just had incredible food, so that's where we spent most of our energy and our stomach space, just exploring Tokyo DisneySea, and the food was so good. You can take a look at what food options there are on the app, but a lot of it's gonna be in Japanese. So if you want to translate it, take a look at getting Papago or use Google Translate. Also, I was able to eat so much food, like I didn't even get a stomachache. I tried so many different foods and I felt great. And when I say so many foods, literally so many. Look here on the screen, so many. I was so surprised I didn't even get a stomachache. So that's not the case when I go to Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. I feel like I could have maybe 2 or 3 snacks and then maybe I shouldn't eat much more. But when you go to Tokyo Disney, I don't know, maybe the ingredients are fresher or something, but I did not get a stomachache and we went hard for 2 days straight. The food is not expensive. For most of the food stalls, it was about 500 yen on average, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, and a lot of the meals were less than $15 USD, and this is for a pretty big meal. We tried as many snacks as possible, especially from the stalls, just because we didn't want to spend most of our time at restaurants, but let me give you the breakdown. There's Mike's melon bread, which we got at Mama Biscotta Bakery, and I definitely couldn't have eaten a full one on my own. It was really good, and it did taste like melon. It was nice and sweet. It was 500 yen. I would get this again, but I would definitely share again. Then I also had the gyoza dog. That was just okay. It was a little mushy inside, but it did taste like gyoza. Maybe like a pan-fried gyoza would have been a lot better and a lot more delicious. I really did like the bread though, but I'm glad I didn't buy a whole one for myself. Then there's the long naan. This was in the Arabian coast. This was so good. It tasted like pizza. I would buy a full one for myself, maybe 2 for myself. By the way, the food can change, so maybe by the time you see this video, you might have another flavor or another delicious snack. Then there's the demi-glazed curry potato, and it's like a potato churro, and oh my gosh, this was so good. This is so good. I would buy 3 for myself and I would just eat it right then, like a monster. We did go to Volcania for lunch and this was really good. I got the ramen, it was so good. I also love the almond jello. Volcania is inside Mysterious Island. Then in Lost River Delta, I had the Yucatan sausage roll. This was actually really good too. I thought the bread would not be good, but the bread was actually surprisingly good. And of course, the sausage had a little bit of spice in it. It was delicious. Kind of like maybe like a Louisiana hot link sausage, but more Yucatan sausage roll. Then we had the chai spice sugar churro in the Arabian coast, and that was really good too. There's so many different kind of churros, but I really wanted this one because chai is delicious. Then we had the Toy Story mochi, and this one is super famous. These little alien dumplings are so good. However, I really thought there'd be ice cream inside, and it was just kind of like this whipped cream thing, which was totally fine. I really think that they should put ice cream in here because it would just be 10 times or maybe a million times better, but it was really good. It comes with 3 different colors for 3 different flavors. So it's like Neapolitan, strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla. The Toy Story mochi is not as good as mochi from Kyoto or from Hakone, but it was still really good, and it's something super novel, so I would definitely still recommend. Then I had the soy sauce sushi roll at Bayside, and I like this one. I just wish it wasn't cold, but it was still really good. But it would probably be at least 2 or 3 times better if it just wasn't cold. Then we have the shrimp bun. Yeah, this one, I took 1 bite, I'm like, nope, I'm not eating that, so I gave it to my husband. I don't know, it was weird. The texture was weird. It was kind of like the same texture as the gyoza bun. I don't know, I didn't really like this that much. When we were in Disneyland and we rode Beauty and the Beast, we went to Gaston Tavern, and this was really good too. I would definitely recommend. One of my favorite items was this yellow and blue Ramune thing. It was so good. I don't even know what it was. They give you a straw. You can't really drink it through the straw, but you just kind of have to poke at it and you just suck off stuff off the straw. It was so good. Anyways, I saw a lot of the people eating this and I'm like, I want that. Now we're gonna talk about popcorn. And yes, popcorn gets its own category because in Tokyo Disney, popcorn is just a big thing. We were able to count 12 different kind of popcorns between Tokyo DisneySea and Tokyo Disneyland. However, we only ate 8 of them. And there's a reason for that. First, the one we didn't want to get was just salt popcorn. That's kind of boring. 2, the other one was caramel popcorn. That's kind of boring. 3, there's a roast beef one, but it's inside Fantasyland. My friends, when they walked by, they said it kind of smelled funny, so they did not get that one, but we were thinking of trying it, so we just skipped it. And the 4th one we didn't try was the matcha white chocolate popcorn because I don't like white chocolate and I can't have that much matcha because it makes me hyper. Okay, here is my popcorn order starting with my least favorite. There's soy sauce and butter popcorn. This one had a really long line, but it literally tasted like nothing. Nothing special, it just kind of tasted like salt popcorn. So I'm gonna rank that as number 8. Number 7 is milk chocolate popcorn. Milk chocolate's fine, but you know, it's not dark chocolate. Milk chocolate's just milk chocolate. Number 6 is a honey popcorn. Now this one is delicious. This was by Winnie and the Pooh. It was super, super good, but I did like the other 5 more, so I have to rank this one as number 6. Number 5, I really like the corn potage. This one was super, super good. Corn potage is kind of big in Japan. Also, I know I'm probably not saying that right. Maybe it's potage. I'm not quite sure. It's just delicious, okay? Corn potage. Number 4 is black pepper. Oh, yum. This one is so good. And I can't believe this is number 4. It's good. You still gotta get it. Definitely get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Maybe even 6. Try 1 through 6, okay? Number 3 is milk tea. So I'm not allowed to have caffeine, but I made an exception for milk tea because you can literally smell milk tea when you walk by it. Also, my husband doesn't like sweets that much, and he really liked this milk tea one. Number 2, by the Arabian coast, there's the curry popcorn, and this one is to die for. This was so close to my number 1, but I'm gonna say that number 1 is garlic shrimp. The line was so long for this one, so maybe that's also what made it extra good. But literally, once you get to the popcorn, the smell of garlic shrimp just like punches you in the face. And it was just so satisfying. Man, Tokyo Disney just does popcorn so well. I really love garlic shrimp, but curry is definitely a close, maybe even number 1. Moving on to rides. There's a few rides that you can't get anywhere else. They're just kind of like Tokyo Disney exclusive. So we wanted to spend a lot of our time doing those rides. Here is the breakdown. In Tokyo DisneySea, you have Raging Spirits. This one is so much fun. It goes super fast and you're screaming. It also has a loop, so if you don't like loops, maybe skip that one and do Indiana Jones instead. Then there's Journey to the Center of the Earth. This ride is so much fun. I wasn't able to film it, but just listen to us screaming here, okay? Just listen. Yep, that's how much fun it was. I definitely recommend Journey to the Center of the Earth. Then there's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Yeah, this one was interesting. Did I mention that Journey to the Center of the Earth is so much fun? DisneySea is where you can also find Indiana Jones, Tower of Terror, Soaring. Soaring is really good too, and there's a little bit of a Japanese twist somewhere in there. As far as it goes for the shows, I definitely recommend Believe, Sea of Dreams. This is around 7 o'clock at night. The singing is so good. It's all in Japanese. Everyone's just having a grand old time. Also, I got punked like 4 times because I thought the finale was happening 4 times, but instead I was just surprised 4 times. I was happy that it just lasted longer, but yeah, I'm like, this for sure is the finale because it's just so good. Oh, never mind. Now this is the finale. No. Let's talk about Tokyo Disneyland exclusive rides. There's a Monsters Inc. Ride and Go Seek. Yeah, if someone can tell me how the flashlights work in the comment section, I would super appreciate that. Then there's a Happy Ride with Baymax. This one's really, really fun. It's so short, but it's so fun. Also, I loved watching the staff members so much. I wish to be that joyful. Then there's the Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast. Oh my gosh, this ride is so good. You sit in this teacup thing, but like a really big teacup, and then you just move around. I think it might actually be one of my favorite rides in all of Tokyo Disney because it was so clever, it was nostalgic, and it's actually a very good ride. Tokyo Disneyland still has a lot of the most popular attractions that you would find in regular Disneyland, like Buzz Lightyear, Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, Splash Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Jungle Cruise, and more. Okay, let's talk about Disney Premier Access and the other Fast Passes. So as far as Fast Passes go, Tokyo Disney, they do something called Disney Premier Access and the 40th Anniversary Priority Pass. For these passes, you can just buy it on the app. So I'm gonna put some guidelines here on the screen so you can pause the video and read it. You can also just find it on the website. Pretty much, it's about 1,500 to 2,500 Japanese yen, give or take per pass, and let me tell you that it is worth it. We really wanted to ride Beauty and the Beast because we heard it was so good, and it was so good. And we were able just to walk onto the ride. We skipped a huge line. Like sometimes the lines are like 2-3 hours long. No, thank you. This is how I look at it. You're already here. You made it to Japan, okay? You're in Tokyo Disney. You paid for the flights, you paid for the hotel, you paid to get there, right? So what's just 1,500 to 2,500 Japanese yen more? Save yourself some time and really maximize on your experience. If you are trying to save more money or you're trying to be better at budgeting, take a look in the description below because I'll link some of my budgeting videos there as well as some tips on how to save more money or how to be more frugal so then you can save up and have the best time in Japan, okay? But Disney Premier Access is definitely worth it. All right, in a few moments, I am going to be doing some rapid fire tips for your trip to Tokyo Disney, but let me just tell you which park I prefer if I had to pick only one. My pick, if I could only pick one, drumroll. It's Tokyo DisneySea! Tokyo DisneySea, there's like nothing like it. Ports? That's so cool. There's nothing like this in the world. If you can only do one day when you're in Japan, totally pick Tokyo DisneySea. The food is good. The shows are good. Really, you can't go wrong. Tokyo DisneySea all the way. Okie dokie, let's talk about some quick tips. If you need sunscreen, definitely get this Biore one. This one is amazing. So you don't want to be spending your time in Tokyo Disney all sunburned, right? So get some good sunscreen. Next, if you have to stand in line for a long time, protect your skin. Get yourself a parasol or a regular umbrella. You're gonna see that a lot of people have them. Next, bathrooms in Japan can be a little confusing, but let me show you how to use this. What you do is you put toilet seat disinfectant on the toilet paper, okay? You wipe the seat, and then you flush it. Here's a little place you can put your baby. Push that button to flush. There's also a bidet, and it's very clean in here. No litter. Next, don't plan on customizing your order in Japan, your food order, okay? They don't really do that, so if you're like, I don't want this tomato in my pizza, yeah, they're not gonna take that out, so just try to find something else. Next, just by the way, no outside food. I know in regular Disneyland in California you could bring outside food. Don't bring outside food, okay? Next, take a look at the different vending machines. Whoa, these ones are so cool. Also, Aquarius is my favorite drink in Japan besides Pocari Sweat, and a lot of their drinks, they're Disney themed. You'll see all over Tokyo Disney that the vending machines are different themes and they're just so fun. Next, make sure you're not bringing any tripods or selfie sticks. Also, there's something on their website that says no running, so try not to run. Also, because Japan is a really popular place to be, you want to definitely make sure you're not hitting it at the most crazy busy times, like during the holidays. We went during Golden Week and I actually didn't find that it was that bad. Just be aware of the time of year that you're going and also weather. The weather can definitely influence how busy Tokyo Disney is going to be. Next, if you stay in the hotels in the Tokyo Disney area, you may get some perks like early entrance, so be sure to look into it if you're staying at a Tokyo Disney hotel. Also, by the way, there's some different versions of Tokyo Disney hotels. Like some are official Disney hotels and some are like official Tokyo Disney hotels. So just make sure you're looking into it. Definitely the ones that are super close to the park are like the most official hotels. All right, let's talk about the vibe and the manners of Tokyo Disney. It is way more calm than most theme parks I'm sure that you've ever been to. People aren't blocking each other to see the parade. They're not like sharpening their elbows to get first in line. Also, there were surprisingly not as many tourists as I thought. Most people were Japanese, which of course we're in Tokyo, Japan, but I really thought I would see a lot more tourists. Also, most of the workers don't speak as much English as you would think, but they are very good at signaling and smiling. I loved all the workers so much and their cheerful attitudes. Also, a lot of the signs are in English, so you don't have to worry about getting lost. If you do want to download Papago though, like I mentioned before, definitely download Papago in case you do have to translate something, but a lot of the signs are in English. Next, if you are a hardcore Disney fan, I would really spend 2 days each per park. The first day you can get acquainted and do all the rides that you can, and then the second day you can go at a more leisure pace to soak everything in. All right, everyone, have a great time at Tokyo Disney. I'm gonna link a few more helpful Japan videos right here.